In 2024, we saw a release of a lot of different products. So in this video, I'm going to go through some of the best products of 2024 and some older products that I still use today. For most of this year, I used the 2017 5K iMac to edit videos and occasionally the M3 Pro 16-inch MacBook. Now that iMac, of course, was very slow as it's an old computer, but the monitor on that machine is absolutely stunning. It's the same panel that is used in the 5K Apple Studio display, and you can get that computer for only maybe $200. That's how much I paid for it. And if you get a good deal on that computer, if you're not doing any high-end tasks, that computer is actually very great just because of its monitor. I might do a separate video on that computer next year, but for now I'm going to move on to talking about the M3 Pro computer, which is very great. I did a few reviews on that one, and everything from the display to the chip and just the design of the computer is absolutely amazing, especially for video editing. I found myself actually using the trackpad, which I'm not a trackpad person most of the time, but the trackpad on that is just amazing. Not only that, but just the design of the computer was great. You could bring it basically anywhere to edit and it wouldn't overheat most of the time. And it just had a lot of stuff going for it, especially the chip was very good for video editing. And the display is amazing. Now that's a more expensive computer, of course, so you gotta keep that in mind. And then the last part of this year, Apple released quite a few new products, including the redesigned Mac Minis, the new iMacs with basically a chip boost, and also a new display option where it isn't as reflective, and the MacBooks, which also included the display option, but also a chip bump and a few minor design changes, as in the lower end models get more ports. Now, I didn't use either of the iMac or the MacBook Pro, but I have been using the Mac Mini over here. This computer is one of the best, if not the best, value pro desktop computers ever. Even if you build your own computer, you cannot get anywhere close to the value of the base model of this computer. Now, once you start adding upgrades, the price starts to fall apart. However, Pro model, you're getting all the upgrades and a way better chip, also better ports, things like that. So I'd say if you need the performance, go with the Pro model, but this Pro model right here is absolutely stunning. Look at how small it is. This is the size of it next to my Logitech MX Master. It's like about as big as my mouse. Not really, but it's insane the size. If I put it next to my camera over here, my camera is actually bigger than that, which just if you're like a creative professional who needs to edit videos on the go and you don't want to spend all the money for the MacBook, then you might want to pick up one of these as your desktop computer, and then you can bring it with you if you're going on a trip and use it like with a TV as a monitor. Now, yeah, you will have to use a monitor, but this thing is so portable. You can just put it literally in a backpack and you can bring it with you, which is absolutely amazing. And the ports on here, I'm not the biggest fan of because there's not as many as I'd like, but these are Thunderbolt 5 ports, which it's 120 gigabytes per second, I think, gigabits, I can't really remember. There's a bit of a difference there, but I just know these things are very fast. And this is great for future-proofing, because if you're like me and you don't want to buy a computer every year, I mean, I want to buy a computer every year, but my wallet would not be happy with me if I did that, then just the ports will, Thunderbolt 5, that's really new, so the ports being on here, that'll help you keep this computer for longer. Not only that, but it has a very fast SSD, and for the thermals, this thing wasn't absolutely the best. Like you can see, there's no fans on the back of the computer, none on the front. They're all on the bottom. So the intake for the fans and where the fan the exhaust, it's all on the bottom, which you'd think that might be kind of bad. I found myself not running into too many thermal issues, like when 3D rendering I definitely did, but it wasn't that bad for most everyday use. However, it was a bit louder than I'd like, but I mean, it's a very powerful processor in this machine. You've probably heard of it by now. The power button's on the bottom. It's not actually that big of a deal because how I found myself using it is with it like this on my desk. So the power button, you can reach it easier. Now, yes, it would be so much better if they put it on the top or on the back like previous models, or even on the front, but but you know, it's Apple. They have to put in some annoying thing, you know. And there's just so many other cool things about this computer, such as the ports on the front and the headphone jack, like you can just put it on your mouth. I don't know. It's a great computer, and I'll do an in-depth review on it soon. I don't know, I've been slacking on YouTube videos, but this is an amazing computer. Another thing, the base M3 MacBook for the price was actually very good. If you need to do just basic web browsing and light work, like video editing and stuff, I'd say upgrade the RAM. But other than that, that computer was absolutely amazing and probably underrated because there's no fan, so a lot of work tasks it did thermal throttle, but for web browsing and stuff, that computer will last you ages as long as you don't like run out of storage and stuff. So it was a great computer, and I'd probably put that into one of the runner-ups or whatever. I don't know, I'm not ranking these things. Maybe next year I'll rank the best and the worst computers. But if I had to rank them, Mac Mini, number 1, because it's just such a great value. Number 2, for the second place, I don't even know. Either the iMac or, yeah, I don't know. They're all great for second place. The iMac value for the screen was great, but for professional stuff, the MacBook Pro was great. And if you want to go with the M4, that's fine. But the M3 is just, it'll be heavily discounted now because it's last generation now. So maybe I'd say that's second place because it's such a great computer for like almost everything, and it'll last you a long time. Third place, I'd put the MacBook Air because it might be underrated. I don't know. And fourth place, the iMac, because it's just slow. And on the latest OS, which you can upgrade it to if you use a hack, which I know how to do, but it's just outdated and slow and stuff, but the display is amazing. So that's why it's not in 100th place, even though I haven't reviewed 100 computers this year. You know what? I might actually move that to third place and the MacBook Air to fourth place because you can upgrade the RAM on iMac, but I don't know. I might make a video about RAM soon. Yeah, thanks for watching this video. I hope you learned something about like video production or computers or something in this video. And I'll maybe try editing it down to be short. I'll see you in the next video where I'll probably talk about RAM and like the misconceptions behind it and seeing really how much it impacts performance. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.